I'm working in the outskirts of Guatemala City. It is an area with more than 200,000 people, known as Ciudad Quetzal. Half are evangelicals, and the other half are the Catholics. There are 7 indigenous villages in the parish. The name of the parish is Jesus ni Palaquín. It's an indigenous word meaning Jesus walks with us. The reason that I went to Guatemala was to learn about the small Christian-based communities. They are a different way of being church, proposed by the Latin American Council of Bishops in their efforts to implement the conclusions of the Second Vatican Council for the Reformation of the Church. These small Christian communities are based on the Christian communities we find in the Acts of the Apostles. They were of one heart and one mind. No one considered his possessions as his own. They had all things in common. There was no one in need because everyone had what they needed to live well. These are a different way of being church. So the pastoral work of the parish, both the spiritual and the social, is planned and carried out by these Christian communities. They have developed a slogan that helps them in the pastoral work that they do. A people taking care of the people. The youth taking care of the youth. The children taking care of the children. In the home visits, the small communities found many poor families whose children were not going to school. After much discussion and research, the communities decided to establish a school for the poor people in the area, based on the same principles that guide the work of the small communities. Popular education. Popular education is based on being aware of the social, political, economic reality being lived by the people, of critically analyzing its causes and successes, and responding with actions and programs that would involve the people in transforming that reality, bringing about change that would enable the construction of a different Guatemala. Today I want to share with you the efforts of how the school and local communities in the area and some business people have reported are working together in response to the needs of the youth. The Ministry of Education has reported that over 1,700,000 students dropped out of school during the pandemic. It's difficult knowing how many of those students are within the area of the parish, but the greater part of those that dropped out went out looking for work. Many immigrated here to the States, and others not being able to find work, stayed at home, feeling lost, just watching TV. And how can we respond to this situation? And so the school and the local communities together in the area have started a training program for youth without work. The educational and technical training process is a 5-month program. In the 6 months, according to the trade that the students are learning, they participate in an internship process in businesses and workshops located in their own communities. The last group was made up of 44 young people. 16 were 9th graders of the school. This is their last year, and some will not be able to continue their studies and will look for work. The other 28 young people are from the communities in the area. Some have dropped out of school and others have finished their schooling, but have not been able to find work. And the proposed program is made up of 6 different components. First, being in Guatemala, where it's very difficult to find work, that over 60% of the people are in the informal workforce. A young person has to learn a trade. It's the only way he can survive. A trade that he likes or she likes. And the program offers workshops where food is prepared, motorcycle mechanics, mobile device repair, beauticians, barbering, nursing, arts and crafts, and music. Other job opportunities are found in the communities themselves: blacksmithing, plumbing, carpentry, mechanics, and whatever may interest the young people. The second component, in trying to find work, or when they do find work, the young people, especially those that have not finished their education, are usually not given a living wage. One way out is for them to establish their own business. And this is the heart of the program: how to start and maintain a business, how to select a product to make or to buy it, or given a service according to the trade that they are learning, where to locate the business, the policy of hiring workers if necessary, how to determine their personal salary, paying taxes, and the need to open a savings account. The third component is faced with the problems that they have as young people. A lot of them don't have any idea of what they can do when they grow up. And they're always trying to find some opportunity. And so the program helps the young people develop psychosocial skills for life, participating in self-help groups of therapy. And the fourth, even though they're learning a trade, they need to finish their education, complete it, and have a certificate. And fifth, to put into practice being responsible citizens, getting involved in the projects that their communities promote for their betterment. Become aware and participate in the dream that a different Guatemala is possible. And for this dream to become a reality, Guatemala needs the participation of its youth. It's trying to see how they can avoid so many of the talented youth to migrate here to the States. And the sixth one, the last one, to be well-informed persons, capable of expressing, sharing, and defending their ideas and opinions. Now, this effort of the school and the communities, local communities, has been a work of hope. The idea of giving hope to the young people that there is a place, there is a future for them in Guatemala. We want them to become involved in the work of the communities, have contact with the people. We want them to feel love for their country, for their community, that they are a part of it, with the idea that they may remain in Guatemala, working for its betterment, and not come up here to the States. The school has 174 students. Over 70% of the families at the school are supported by women. Most of them are single mother. And this gives you an idea of the problems that is in the marriage, that it's very difficult for a man who doesn't have work and can't find work to really be able to maintain a family. The school asks 80 quetzales, $10.50 for each child in primary school, and 100 quetzales, which is $13 for students in secondary school. And since the women usually receive a low salary, the women, it's difficult for them to be respected as true workers. The tradition is dying out, but in the highlands, a lot of the people, especially among the Indians, don't see why a woman should be educated. She's going to be married, so why spend resources in educating? And if they do get an education, they only go up to the 3rd grade. And so when a woman goes looking for work, most of the people know that she's not an educated person. She doesn't have any skills. And so her pay is low. And not being paid justly, then she has trouble paying the school tuition. And it becomes harder if she has 2, 3, or 4 children going to the school. In the school, between the teachers and administrative people, there are 16 persons. 5 of the teachers work part-time and receive half of a salary. This past April, with the support of you, the people of Galveston-Houston, the school was able to celebrate its 30th anniversary. The young people and teachers thank you for your solidarity and ask that you keep them in your prayers so that they can continue their studies and achieve their dream of building a different Guatemala. Building a different Guatemala. It seems like an impossible dream to be able to change a country that is corrupt, that doesn't really care or take care of its people. But these people who take care of the people have become a workforce in the area of Ciudad Quetzal. As an organized people, they have established the school. They have even been able to organize a political party of and for the people. And they also coordinate efforts with the evangelical neighbors in trying to see the betterment of the communities. And many other projects are promoted by the community. They have the trust and support of the people. And the people are growing in confidence in themselves and seeing the results of the efforts for finding betterment for the people. So these small Christian communities are present as a ferment. They're building a different Guatemala in the area of Ciudad Quetzal. And they always celebrate it, they are conscious of it. And they try to see how they can involve the children and the youth in this process. So I thank you for your solidarity. God bless you. Thank you.